Welcome back to another video. I'm Road Dog Aid and this is Project Primera. As you know, we pulled this car into the academy last week for a student project. We've now had some time to give it a bit of a look over, give it a bit of a clean to see just how much work's going to be involved with it. So let's have a look. Overall, it's not actually that bad. Paintwork was quite rough. We've had the mop on it a few times and we've got a bit of a shine on it now. Don't know if you can see up here, but that part of the roof we haven't actually cleaned or mopped yet, and it's quite almost like got a matte effect on it, whereas this part here we've got a bit more of a shine to it. So overall the paintwork's not too bad. Unfortunately we've got a couple of rust spots like there on the tailgate and this side. I don't know if we'll be able to get a tailgate for it or whether we'll have to try and repair it, you know, but I will do what it's done because it lets the car down a little bit. We've got another bit of a rust bubble there on the wing, if you can see that, but we'll get a pair of wings for it because this wing, this side, has actually got a couple of dents in it, so we'll see if we can get a pair of wings for it, get them painted, put them on. Front bumper's got a bit of a split in it, unfortunately, just there as well, so we'll probably try and repair that if we can, because of the age of this car and the rarity of it, so to speak. Parts are going to be quite hard to find, I'd imagine. So if we can get parts for it, we will, but we might just have to be trying to repair what we've got. The vents, this vent's got a little bit broken, so we need to repair that vent and get them painted as well. One of the headlight lenses, I don't know if you can see this, but one of the headlight lenses is out of line in the headlight. Makes it look like the headlight's pointing in, but it's just a lens inside. So when we get the headlights out to clean all behind them and that, we'll have a look, take the headlight apart and have a look. Overall, like I say, it's not too bad. We've got a little bit of a bulge on the back bumper here, which we'll get the back bumper off as well, because we're going to do that, like I say, clean all behind them. We'll do that and see if we can make it fit better, like this fitment, that's how it should be. So that's another little job for the students. Inside, again, inside we just really need to clean it up a bit. A few bits of trim there that we got to put back on it. But overall, you know, the seats are quite good condition. Really, it's just the driver's one's got a bit of wear on it. You look down there, you can see it's got a bit of wear on it. But that is the sort of thing we can get repaired. Still obviously haven't cleaned it out inside. 118,000 miles on the clock, which is not bad either. No stereo, but we've got a stock of them. Some other bits that we came across for it as well. In the boot we've got some headlight protectors, which there was a pair of them on eBay going for about £100. And also this boot liner. Now they're really hard to get, and it's a bit like gold dust really, so we'll be keeping that in there, but we do want to put a sub in there, hook it up as well, amp it up with the 6x9s in the shelf. We do want to give it a little bit of a stereo, make it sound a bit nice, but like I say, we're going to keep all the interior in it. It's going to be like a smart four-door saloon to go. Under the bonnet we've actually got an SR20 power plant, so let's have a look. There we go, SR20. Now my mate Ted, he's got a couple of SR20 engines, and his mate Johnny T says that a couple of Nissan SR20 motors will pull a premium 1 week before race wars. So that's worth remembering for us. But the engine, they're a good power plant. They are a good engine, the SR20. good pedigree with them. And also, what we managed to do, if you look, we've got a battery connected up to it now, and some life in the battery, and also yep, with not too much trouble we got it started. Now it didn't run when it was given to us. It was took off the road because it didn't run. It may still have a problem with it cutting out and not running. I don't know, we haven't really had time to test it much. But we put a jump pack on it, we turned it over a few times, it started firing 1 cylinder, 2 cylinders, and then it ran. So it's a good basis, but it still might have an issue, whereas it might cut out at some point and not run again. So it might be something we need to look at, something we need to do some tests on. But at the moment, as you can hear, it's actually running very sweetly. Now, like we said before, the exhaust's a little bit noisy because it's got a big hole in it. We're going to put it up in the air now and show you underneath. So we've got it up in the air now, let's have a look underneath. Before we get underneath, the tyres, they're quite perished, so it's going to need a set of tyres. We've probably just put some cheap ones on there for now. Also, it wasn't on coilovers like I first thought. It's actually on lowered springs and struts, so that's not too bad. They'll do for now, but we might look at putting it on coilovers in time, just to renew it really, because the springs and struts are quite old. So let's have a look anyway. Overall underneath, the engine's quite dry, a bit of misting in places, but nothing too serious. A bit of surface rust on the wishbones, but again, nothing too serious. Brake discs are absolutely shot, so we'll need discs and pads all round. Drive shaft gaiter is absolutely this one as well. They're both leaking, so we'll just pull the drive shaft out and put 2 new gaiters on it. As you can see, it's got a different type of suspension to normal vehicles. This is like a twin, well, it's got 2 sort of like ball joints in there, and another arm up the top. So the strut doesn't actually turn with the steering. Overall underneath, we've got just a tiny bit of surface rust there, and it is just surface rust. Same this side. Somebody has took the time and effort at some point to underseal it all underneath. Now this has really helped with the car, because under here and here, absolutely solid. You can see the suspension there as well, but it's a little bit of surface rust there as well. But you look in the arches, if you can see up there in the arches, the arches aren't rotten, and that's rare for a 25-year-old Japanese car. Obviously it's got a small back box on it that's been put on there, and this is one of the holes in the exhaust. I think there's another one under there as well. So we've actually got a centre exhaust section ready for the students to fit. So that'll be one of their first jobs. We'll get that centre exhaust section on. We might put a different back box on it. Still a sporty one, a bit more JDM though. Overall, again though, underneath we are gobsmacked at how good this car is. It's, like I say, it's solid. The seals as well, there's just, apart from that little bit there, obviously, we'll repair that. But other than that, that side's all right. Other than that little bit there, you know, which again is nothing really, because we're going to have the seals off to clean behind them, the side skirts off to clean behind them. It's really good for a 25-year-old Japanese car. This bit we'll just wire brush up, and we'll re-underseal and stone chip that. exhaust, we've been soaking that ready for the students to come and take it off. It is really, like I say, for what it is, it's in such good nick. It really is. You know, it's going to be a great project for the students, something that we can tastefully modify. We're not going to go full on like we did with Project D. Like I say, we've still got that Focus there that we're going to do a track car with. We've still got the Max Power Focus over there, Max Power Fiesta over there, that we're going to build up as well. So this car, Project Primera, is going to just be tastefully modified, but all the interior will stay in it. It will stay a fully functional, like, family car, you know. Not that I've got a family to put in it, but it'll be what it is, you know. It'll be as it is, like that, but with a few more little modifications. Like I say, we might change the wheels in the future, but we've got to get tyres on them, as you can see there as well. Them brake discs, they're absolutely shot. They are really bad. We've priced up a lot of the stuff, and it's actually not at a bad price, and it is available. So it's all good. Just need to find out whether we can get it, whether we can obviously whether we can make it reliable, because there could be an issue with it breaking down. Obviously we don't want it to break down, so we have to do a few checks, a few local tests once it's all MOT'd and taxed and insured. Drive it about locally to make sure we can, you might be able to plug in with the scanner on this if it's got a EOBD port or OBD port, and we can read the live data to check things. So there's lots of things we can do, lots of stuff we can show the students and teach them. So overall, this car is going to be coming back on the road, hopefully for next year. Not going to do too much this year, not going to spend any money on it, but next year hopefully you'll be able to see this car at Japfest and Go Japan. That's our aim, that's our goal. I've waffled on for too long again. Thanks for watching. Hope you like this video. See you on the next one.